Hello students, today we are going to discuss lesson number 4 of civics, the Union Judiciary, the Supreme Court. So what is judiciary? It is a system of courts of justice in a country, or we can say all the courts put together is known as judiciary, which are providing justice to the citizens of that particular country. So when we are talking about union judiciary, we are talking about Supreme Court, as Supreme Court is the apex court, means the supreme, at the topmost position Supreme Court is there. It means laws declared by the Supreme Court shall be binding on all courts in India. So simply we can say the topmost position is of Supreme Court, and under that Supreme Court high courts are there, then district courts, other lower courts are there. In other words, we can say, for example, this is the judicial system of a country, or if we are talking about India, so this is the judicial system of our country, and Supreme Court is having the importance as a central point. It means all the judicial system is moving around this Supreme Court. So let us start with this chapter. According to the reduced syllabus, we are going to discuss only that particular topics only. So first of all is composition and organization of Supreme Court. Composition. So in the beginning, when we adopt our Indian Constitution, number of judges were 8, including Chief Justice of India. But Parliament can increase the number of judges according to the laws prescribed by. Then in 2019, the total number of judges are 33 plus 1 Chief Justice of India. So it means maximum judges will be 33, minimum could be there like 32, 31. Then Delhi is the seat of Supreme Court, but it is not fixed. That seat can be shifted from Delhi to another areas according to Chief Justice of India, but with the approval of President of India. So President will decide when Chief Justice of India will discuss over the requirement, then the seat of Supreme Court can be shifted from Delhi to some other areas. Then is the appointment of the judges. So every judge of Supreme Court is appointed by the President, but President is not independent in this. He will appoint judges after consultation with such of the judges of Supreme Court and High Courts as the President might deem necessary. Means according to the choice of President, he can discuss with the Chief Justice and other senior most judges of Supreme Court or the senior most judges of High Courts. And when we are talking about the appointment of Chief Justice of India, then our President will discuss with other Chief Justice, not Chief Justice, means other senior most judges of Supreme Court and as well as of High Court. But when we are talking about the appointment of other judges of Supreme Court, then it is must to discuss with the Chief Justice of India. And this system is known as a collegium system. It means college of persons will be there to appoint judges. So this college is including Chief Justice of India, senior judges of Supreme Court, senior judges of High Court, and President of India. Then a small topic is there, that is NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. So that was established in 2014, but again this system was stopped, and our previous system, that was collegium system, it was restarted or resumed in the year of 2015 on 16th October. So again we are having this previous system only. Then is the qualification. So the person must have been for at least 5 years a judge of high court or of 2 or more such courts, means must be a judge for this particular time period. Then an advocate of high court or of 2 or more such courts for at least 10 years, means if he is a judge then must be a judge for at least 5 years. If one person is an advocate then must be an advocate for at least 10 years. Then must be in the opinion of the president a distinguished jurist, means expert. That person is having the background that his judgment is the superior or he is capable. Then our next topic is jurisdiction. So what is this jurisdiction? It is the power that a court of law exercised to carry out judgments, means it is the power or area that one particular court can use their powers to interpret the laws, to settle down the disputes and other functions related to judiciary. So in this system, as Supreme Court is the final interpreter of the Constitution, also the Supreme Court has extensive jurisdiction, that is both in original as well as in appellate. So start with original. Original means originally that particular case that can be here in Supreme Court, that is original jurisdiction, that are known as first instance cases also. So what type of cases could be there of first instance or original jurisdiction? First, a dispute between the government of India and one or more state. And if disputes are between 2 or more states, and a dispute between union and any state on the one side and other states on other side, means union is one side and some states are another side, and one kind of dispute is there between. Then regarding all these cases, disputes cases will be here in Supreme Court directly. It is known as original jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Then is appellate jurisdiction, where one person can appeal for the justice from any lower court. Like from High Court, one person can move to Supreme Court of India and that will appeal for this. That is known as appellate jurisdiction. In this case, Supreme Court will be the final court of appeal. It means when some decision is given by Supreme Court, that will be final and no one is there to listen against Supreme Court. Then under appellate jurisdiction, cases are related to constitutional cases. Then every high court has the power to interpret the constitution and to issue writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights. However, on matters involving interpretation of the Constitution, the Supreme Court has the last word to say. It means if something is said by High Court, that is not final, but the words of Supreme Court will be final. So High Courts, any type of cases from High Court could be moved to Supreme Court of India, that is appellate jurisdiction. So under that appellate jurisdiction, second category is of civil cases. Appeal in civil matters. Civil, I think you all are aware about, where some kind of family disputes, a divorce, other common disputes could be there. So that can be moved to Supreme Court of India. Then is the appeals in criminal matters, where some type of crime done, like murder, dacoity, like that kind of things. So against the judgment of High Court related to criminal matters, those cases can be moved to Supreme Court. So here one procedure is there to appeal. First is without a certificate of High Court, and another one is with the certificate of High Court. So what is this? So start with the first point, without a certificate of a High Court. So an appeal lies to Supreme Court if the session judge has acquitted the accused by the High Court on an appeal from the government, reverse the decision of acquittal and sentence the accused to death. So this acquitted means maybe some person did some kind of crime and that person was made free by the court, means he is not guilty. This is decided by the court, and he is free now from the whatever the cases were going on. But now decision was given there by High Court or some other government appeal, and that decision was reversed, and now the sentence the accused to death, means death punishment is given. Then that case can be moved to Supreme Court without the certificate of a High Court. Second, if the High Court has withdrawn any case from a subordinate court, some kind of case was going on in subordinate courts, and High Court withdraw that case from there, and then has convicted the accused and sentenced him to death, then give that person death punishment. So these cases can be moved to Supreme Court without a certificate from a High Court. So what is the certificate? Means when High Court will give a permission in written to a person to move to Supreme Court. Then with the certificate, the High Court and appeal lies to the Supreme Court if the High Court certifies that the case is a fit one for appeal to Supreme Court. It means this will given in written to Supreme Court that particular case is fit for Supreme Court. Then Supreme Court will welcome that case. Then is the advisory or consultative jurisdiction power of that Supreme Court. This is not, we can say, power. Actually this is the advisory jurisdiction, where president can ask for advice from the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is there to give their opinion, and the President of India is not bound with that. He can accept that advice or he can ignore that advice. Our next topic is revisory functions that we will discuss in our next class. Thank you.